Woo! Man, the first day you wear a t-shirt outside. You know what that means? Spring planting. No. It means we're getting a snowstorm next week. All jokes aside, I hope, it is Minnesota, I guess. But all jokes aside, we are actually doing something kind of exciting today. No, it's not spring planting, but we're gonna take our field cultivator and we're gonna go to the organic ground and work it up because if you guys remember last year, we planted the rye and we planted the soybeans into the rye, but we didn't plant it into all the rye. We combined some of the rye. Anyways, the rye that we combined in the organic ground last year, well, some of the seeds that fell or came out of the back of the combine or whatever, because we had it set horribly, are growing, and we don't want that because we're gonna plant organic corn there this year. So we're gonna go dig it up, kill it all, and try out the new field cultivator on the 9570 RT, which is kind of exciting. But first, I need to move this because sadly, you know, when I bought this pickup, it was fantastic. It's been fantastic ever since I got it, but the first problem arose. Man, this thing is dirty. Anyways, the first problem arose. I'm pretty sure I have a U-joint going out because when I start moving, it goes squeak, 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 squeak. I'm like, oh, that's annoying. I'm gonna speed up a little bit so it go away. Then it goes squeak, 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 squeak. So I got an appointment on Monday for that. I was told not to drive it as much as I possibly can. So, the Bonneville is coming out of hibernation. But first, I gotta get this out. Yeah. By the way, if you want to win this sweet speaker, go over to my Instagram and enter to win by April 11th, because that is when I am picking the winner. But before you do that, go down to the link in the description and visit my sponsor, Tucrium. Thank you guys for sponsoring this video. Okay, let's go. Whew, it's exciting. Actually get to do something. So, kind of getting a late start here. Just gonna check all the air pressure on the tires, make sure everything's good. Head out. Once we get out, we're gonna have to level it, make sure it's such the right depth and everything, because this thing's never been put in the ground before. All right, how's it going? Woo! So this is the first time this tractor has been put on a field cultivator, because we just bought it late last fall, and it was running the Vierper for like 1 or 2 fields. And all I can say is this is an amazing setup. So we have the new Case IH 255, I think it's a 255, 55-foot field cultivator behind me, and obviously the 9570 RT. And I'm currently pulling it at 8.2 miles per hour, and I'm at 2,000 RPM. So I could definitely pull it a lot faster if I wanted to, but I don't want to pull this thing apart either. So yeah, overall, first impressions of this whole setup, very happy. There's no way that the 9530T can be pulling this thing at 8 miles per hour. Now I know what you're thinking. Carson, you're digging this today, you're going to be planting it tomorrow. No, I wish. Technically, we actually can't plant for another 12 days, 11, 12 days, something like that, because we can't plant before the federal crop guarantee date, which basically, federal crop guarantee is a government program which basically says if you plant before a certain date, you won't get reimbursed if your crop yields below a certain threshold. So I think that's like April 15th or something, April 10th, I don't know. So we can't plant for a while. So Carson, what are you doing? So this field that I'm in right now was transitional to organic last year and is certified organic this year. So this is a field that last year we planted rye onto the whole thing, and then on half of it we planted soybeans into it and then crimped it, and the other half we just left and we actually combined the rye, which is all great. Both turned out actually very well. The soybeans yielded good, the rye yielded pretty good. But the problem is that the rye that we didn't crimp, actually the whole field kind of has some in it, but the rye that we didn't crimp, we ended up combining. Some of the rye that fell into the ground or came out the back of the combine because we had the combine set horrible because it was just an experiment, is now starting to grow. And that's a problem because rye is incredibly hard to kill without chemicals. And because this is organic ground, we can't spray any chemicals. In fact, like our tanks here, are empty. We're not spraying anything because it's organic. We can't do that. So we're trying to field cultivate it and dig it, kill all the rye, because if we leave the rye, it's gonna hurt our yield potential on our organic corn terribly. And the other problem is that since rye is so hard to kill, you can only dig it up during the day, and like during the heat of the day. And so like after 5 o'clock, we're not really supposed to dig because it's not gonna do much. And it's currently 4:22, and I have maybe 40 acres of this 140 acre field done. I don't know. So in the next 45 minutes, I gotta get a lot done. Oh, I love this. We have the neighbors driving by real slow, taking a look at what we're doing. We're not planning yet, I promise. So yeah, basically I have 100 acres left to do in 45 minutes, which is obviously is not gonna happen even with this awesome setup. So we're not gonna get done today. We'll come back tomorrow and do a little bit, but yeah, that's what we're doing. And obviously there's a lot of filming that I skipped earlier because I mentioned something about having to calibrate and adjust the field cultivator. Well, we're in such a time crunch that we just kept going and doing adjustments on the fly, and basically, yeah, I didn't have time to film for a while there. My bad. Well, half hour in-ish, and she's already dirty. That is pretty though, wow. Whoever drives this tractor next is gonna hate me, because I was in such a hurry to try and get moving so we could get this done. I didn't really set up the guidance properly, so I don't even know if I'm in the right field on here. I was able to get the right heading and the right spacing, but I have 55-foot spacing, yet it thinks I'm pulling an 18-foot implement, so it's only doing coverage maps every 18 foot, which is really weird. And I would change it, but it won't let me change it while I'm moving, so yeah. I even got the iTech set up. So as you can see, come to the end here, and once I get to about here, I hit 1, it raises the implement, slows me down. I can then turn around at, I don't know, 5.6 miles per hour. Barely missed a ditch, that was good. And once I get turned around again, I hit auto steer, I hit 2, down and fast. It lowers the implement and speeds it back up to 8.2 miles per hour, where the automatic transmission kicks in, and I basically sit here and do nothing until I get to the other end. Kinda nice. Well, it is currently 5:09. And I texted my dad saying, hey, when do you want me to finish? And he said, well, text me at 6 and tell me how much you have left. I'm over halfway done. I don't think I'll be able to finish by 6, but I might be able to get darn close. So luckily it's warm out today, so we're able to go a little longer than we were expecting. But yeah. I'm not complaining. This is pretty fun. Finished. At about 6 o'clock, I had just corner of the farm left, so I'll just finish it out. Did all the end rows. What is it? It's about 7 o'clock now. But here's what I'm talking about. The whole farm is scattered with these. This is rye, and as you can see, this one will probably actually grow back because all the roots are still in a clump. Drop it down, won't even act like anything hit it. So yeah, that's what we're fighting here.